This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 1314. How Many Toilets Do You Own? By Joel of 5amjoel.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. This is the show where I read to you from some of the best blogs on personal finance today and every day. And if you have a question you'd like featured on this show, go ahead and shoot us an email at finance@oldpodcast.com. You just might be featured on a future episode. Don't forget that we have other shows in our network that focus on topics like personal development, health, and relationships. Just search for Optimal Living Daily wherever you get your podcasts, and you'll find 5 other shows for your listening pleasure. But for now, let's get right to it and continue optimizing your life. How Many Toilets Do You Own? By Joel of 5amjoel.com. Newbie. Real estate investing sounds so cool. How many rental properties do you own? Me. I own 22 toilets. Newbie. Huh? I was asking about your rental houses. Me. I know. Let me tell you. Somewhere in Texas, there are 22 toilets that I own. Right now and throughout the day, people are shitting in them, flushing them, clogging them, abusing them, peeing all over them, breaking them, and I'm the lucky landlord that gets to fix them and pay maintenance. Newbie. Wow, I guess owning rentals isn't so glamorous after all. Maybe real estate isn't for me? I've had this conversation many times. When young people hear that I own a few rental properties, their eyes light up. From the outside, real estate investing can sound so sexy and cool. But the truth is that the term rental property is covered with glitter. Owning a rental property comes along with a whole lot of shit, literally. Rental property, aka toilet. I'm referring to rental properties as toilets for a few reasons. Number 1, to expose rental properties for what they truly are. They're just assets. Number 2, to extinguish any romantic attachment to real estate. Investing is about numbers, not feelings. And number 3, because I think potty humor is funny. And I am cracking myself up while writing this. Don't get me wrong, I'm certainly proud of my investments. The toilets I own are making me money and slowly growing my wealth. But make no mistake, there is hard work involved, and my toilets will only perform well if I keep plunging them regularly. Here are a few other related conversations I have with new and young investors. The rent collection process. Newbie. I can't wait until I'm a landlord. Sitting back and collecting rent checks, rental income minus mortgage equals profits. Me. Actually, it doesn't really work that way. First, my property manager goes around and collects all the rent. Next, she puts all the money into a big bag at her office. Then she invites everyone from the neighborhood to come over and stick their hand in that bag. One by one, they each grab a handful of money, and my property manager also grabs a large chunk herself. If there's anything left over at the end, I get to keep that amount. Newbie. So how much do property owners actually make in the end? Me. Well, out of the 6-figure income that my toilets generate each year, about 75 to 80% of that money is flushed away with expenses. I pay approximately $1.07 to bank interest, 60 cents for taxes, 18 cents for insurance, and about $1.14 in miscellaneous maintenance every time someone flushes one of my toilets. Yep, that's a total of $2.99 per flush. Newbie. Wow, I never thought about all the expenses involved. It's common for new investors to misunderstand the cash flow process of a rental business. I was clueless when I first started out. The biggest realization that I learned is that landlords actually get paid last, not first. Before buying any new investment property, it's imperative that all ongoing maintenance, repairs, and any potential disasters are accounted for. If you underestimate expenses, there will be no money left in the bag for you at the end of each rent cycle. More toilets equals more profits? Newbie. Properties are too expensive in my area. Instead of buying one rental property for $200,000, I'm going to buy 4 rental properties in the Midwest for $50,000 each. Houses are cheaper over there, so I can own more of them. Me. Why not buy 20 houses all worth $10,000 each? Newbie. Great idea. Me. I'm kidding. Cheap is a relative term. 4 small toilets are not better than 1 big toilet. Quality will always trump quantity. I fell into this line of thinking when I first started out. My initial goal was to own 100 rental properties. Why 100? I just picked that goal out of thin air because I thought owning more would be better than owning less. But over time, I learned that a couple good quality investments will outperform many average ones. I now carefully take the time to evaluate and select rental properties instead of looking at what's cheap and easy. Just remember, cheap and easy toilets come with more skid marks. As seen on TV. Newbie. I'm saving up to buy a rundown house in Florida. Plan is to fix it up, redo the kitchen, paint it, and like that. And then sell it for twice what I bought it for. Booyah! Me. Nice. How many kitchens have you remodeled before? Newbie. None. Me. Ever painted a house before? Newbie. No. Me. Do you have any construction, handyman, electrical, appliance installation, design, painting, or concrete pouring experience whatsoever? Newbie. I guess not. They make it look so easy on TV. There's a perception that fix and flip investments are quick, easy, and always profitable. Some people even think fixing ugly houses is a fun couples activity that magically improves the relationship with their spouse. Unfortunately, all that smiling, laughing, and picking out paint colors you see on TV is just Hollywood trickery. Behind the scenes, it's a much different story. TV is for entertainment, not investment advice. Instead, if you want to learn about rehabbing a house, start by reading the book on flipping houses, going through houseflippinghq.com, and listening to the House Flipping HQ podcast. 92% of people lose money on their first flip. I made the statistic up, but trust me, it's a very high number. Everyone begins somewhere. By now, you're probably thinking I'm being a negative Nancy who's trying to deter people from real estate investing. That's not the case at all. In fact, it's the opposite. I want more new investors to be successful in real estate. Everybody starts out as a beginner. In many respects, I'm still a newbie. Writing harsh truths is just my way of helping people get their head out of the clouds. I'm hoping to shorten the learning curve and save folks from making rookie mistakes. From now on, I promise to start writing about more positive real estate experiences. I'll share all the downsides and creepy stories on my new blog I just created, 5amtoilet.com. You just listened to the post titled, How Many Toilets Do You Own? By Joel of 5amjoel.com. I get the sense that Joel enjoyed writing this post just as much as I enjoyed reading it. I absolutely love his sense of humor. This article reminded me of the common advice to not invest in something you don't understand. So I appreciate Joel's urging to approach real estate investing with eyes wide open. I myself am considering adding real estate to my investment strategy over time, but not before I do my due diligence to educate myself. I also think his advice is applicable to home ownership in general. I'm a fairly new homeowner myself, and considering the cost of maintenance and repairs definitely went into my decision. It's important to remember that all investing comes with risk, so aligning your investment strategy with your unique set of skills, preferences, and circumstances is key. And that should do it for today. Have a happy rest of your day, and I'll see you on the Thursday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.